have an easy experience. And you know what the greatest honor I've ever received as a player is? In my 4th year and my 5th year, I was named team captain.
Just before Frizzell got him, and a leaping interception by Woodson, who got a foot down somehow inbounds.
Thomas, touchdown, Wolverine.
Nice call.
Here's a look at Boston and Woodson on the outside. They're just standing there, now they're fighting.
One man. Goodbye. Hello, Heisman.
Plant their flag in the middle of the Ohio State field, and the Buckeyes rushed right.
Play fake. McCarthy scanning downfield and throws it high, and Wilson's got it. Roman Wilson weaving down inside.
There it is. They won't pull that down. Chris, as they say in Ann Arbor, conquering heroes, victors valiant, Michigan, national champion.
Pull it down. Pull it down.
Good evening, Wolverine Nation. How are we doing tonight? This is technically episode 2, but episode 1 had a lot of technical issues. So here we are with episode 2 of Wolverine Backers on the College Football Backer Network. My man, Kyle Simpkins. What's going on, brother? Go Blue.
Oh, go Blue, baby. Just another day at the office. I'm super pumped about Michigan football. It's football season. I literally
yes,
have
it is.
The Eagles Cowboys on in front of me. It's Michigan season. We are 1-0. I know we probably should have talked before and after that game, but like you said, technical difficulties. But we are rocking, man. It is football season, and I'm so pumped to be here.
Oh yeah, I can't wait. This is the best time of year right now. Football is full swing. We got the NFL going. Lions on Sunday afternoon. Michigan Saturday night. Oklahoma from Norman. It's going to be a good one. Get to watch our boy Bryce. Hopefully tear up Sooner Nation. After a lot of hope last weekend, what did you think of the game last weekend?
Well, there's a lot to unpack with that question. I feel in today's in the world of NIL and the transfer portal, I don't think any game is really a cupcake game because you don't know who this, that, or the other guy is coming in to play against your team. Obviously, bigger schools are going to succeed more than likely in that atmosphere or in the old school way of the cupcake game. But first, I'm gonna give the flowers to New Mexico or to Mexico. Everyone, I keep saying New Mexico, to New Mexico, not New Mexico State. Sorry, they showed up. They showed up, and they played hard. Their QB got beat up, and he kept coming back for more. I was thoroughly impressed with the New Mexico team. But Michigan got the W. We won by, double digits, and the debut of Mr. Bryce of Bryce Underwood, I feel was amazing. Because I think we've seen true freshman QBs not be very successful in their first game. But we've also seen a lot that are successful. We won the game. He got his feet under him, and I think there's a lot more people to talk about on the Michigan side, both offensively and defensively, that are almost kind of more talking points than Bryce. Obviously, he's the QB, but I loved watching the game. I love seeing the winged helmets back out there. But yeah, I think New Mexico played a great game, and so did Bryce Underwood.
Yes, I'm going to definitely give New Mexico credit. It's hard for the bigger teams to judge anything from these games. I never thought they were going to cover the 34.5, especially with Chip Lindsey's first week as, well, not first week, but first game as OC. I knew it was going to be a lot different.
Well, for Michigan.
I knew it was it looked a lot more balanced than a year ago, but it's not hard when you have a quarterback that can actually throw the ball more than 5 yards. Underwood was definitely a lot more improved, at least I thought, from when I went to the spring game to the first game. I wasn't expecting that, to be honest, Kyle, from him. What I seen in the spring game, you could see he had talent, but I thought it was a little bit raw. And in the very short transition and development, to see what he did, honestly, I think this kid has the sky's the limit. If he's going to develop that much in 4 months, I can't wait to see what year 2 and 3 is going to look like.
Oh, man. Oh,
I can't wait to see what the end of the year is going to look like, to be honest with you. Like I'm going to let's go right to this. Which one is it? This one.
After his first collegiate touchdown, this drive's going to start from the Michigan 6-yard line. Justice Haynes the back. Fake it to him. Lob it. Klein. What an adjustment. Spins away and gets across the 30. Klein showing it all.
Mexico thinking run all the way. Klein shows block and then releases and just the touch.
Like
not only was that like a dime, like a boop, a dime, the sail on the run. Obviously, the RPO, which is what everyone does, but it was beautifully executed. And Klein, come on, are we seeing the new Colston Loveland? Are we seeing the new Schoonmaker? Are we seeing the new Aaron Shea out there wearing number 17? What a great play! What a great clip to show, by the way. And that was just what a dime.
I think Klein last year had a total of like 117 yards. He had 93 week 1.
Well,
like that's crazy.
He also was behind Colson Loveland, right? Who was a first-round draft pick,
and
10th
Hogan
overall, I think.
Hogan's hasn't even played it. Wait till they line both of them up on each side, 2 tight end set, both in the 6'5" range. It's gonna be outstanding.
The more weapons that this insanely talented or hyped to be talented QB, and I think he showed what is to come. Not everyone can get like the Denard Robinson like first play 37-yard touchdown against Western. But I think he showed a poise. But Klein just looks like such an amazing talent. And if you're going to line up another guy on the other side of the line to do the same thing, bring it on. I'm just, the running backs were amazing too. Like Haynes and Marshall were absolutely clutch in this game. Very Michigan-esque, very Harbaugh-esque style game that happened. And I think that's what sold that play. Not only was it an amazing grab, fingertip grab, but like what an RPO.
I think that the benefit Michigan's going to have this year is last year, because you had no ability to throw the ball, the running backs were going up against 8-9-man fronts, right? No one was scared of your passing game. When you rank at the very bottom and the only ones behind you are the service academies, and nothing's wrong with the service academies. God bless every man and woman who serves for their country. Your passing game's not very good, and teams aren't going to respect it.
Yeah.
Underwood, I think game 1 showed at least when we get to Oklahoma, they're going to have to respect what we're doing. They're not going to be able to stack the box to stop the run, and they're going to have to account for Underwood being able to throw that 17-yard pass accurate. He can hit Shannon. He can hit Samaj Morgan. He can hit some of these guys as they're making their cut, not 17 yards behind them because they can't get the ball there, right?
Well, and we are literally talking about an 18-year-old. Okay, so whether I have, and I hate to say this on our I know it's our second episode, but our real first episode here. I don't have, or I have a very hard time seeing Michigan winning against Oklahoma on Saturday. Now, that doesn't make me a bad Michigan fan, but what it does is make me a realist in the way that the progression of Bryce Underwood, the progression of this offense, and if they do win, I won't be surprised. But I just, when it comes to like the nuances of a really good offense, I'm so excited to watch it, and just the indicator that Klein is going to be that safety net for him, be that safety net for Bryce. And we didn't even get to see his legs. We didn't even get to see him. I don't think he ran once, like designed play.
Like you said, I wouldn't be surprised if they won, but I'm not expecting them to win at all.
I'm going to be pumped if they win.
To me, honestly, I thought after the spring game that Mikey King was going to get healthy. I kind of wanted him to do like the Trevor Lawrence where he takes the start, he plays the first 4 games, because on the road at Norman, on the road at, I think, Lincoln next after your next game. 2 hard places to play. Mikey King comes in. Underwood takes it from him and goes running from there, right? And then your last hard, I think, road game is at USC at East Lansing. So that's the kind of progression I was thinking. But for him to come in right away and do what he did yesterday, very, very, very exciting. And again, like you said, he's 18. I think
like
it's very
literally a month out of being 17 years old.
Like, I think it's very unfair to the young man if everybody's going to put this pressure on him that he has to be a Heisman, lead us to 11 wins. I don't think we're there yet. Now, come next year, there's going to be a lot more pressure, especially considering you're going to have Sharon Moore with back-to-back, probably top 10 classes if Michigan's NIL keeps going the way it's going. And if it's what I'm hearing, it should be pretty good. I believe top recruiting, top transfer portals. I think they were top 10 in On3 this year. They'll probably be top 10 next year. So the talent's building, right? As much as people liked Harbaugh, I was never a Harbaugh fan. He kind of left the cupboard half empty. There was talent there, but at some of the key positions, there wasn't. But even that, I don't think it was the key. I think very key position there wasn't, and it's very hard to judge the offense from last year to this year. Because I don't think it was a wide receiver problem. I think it was a quarterback problem. Samaje Morgan went 4 for 4 and 36 yards. Looked great. You could see the speed.
I think we're going to see a lot of him this year develop into the player we always wanted him to be. Just like you were touching on being unfair to Bryce for being so young. Shamaz I feel like he's already been around forever. I think third year.
Yeah.
As a starter or on the field, because he used to wear 80s. Now he's in 0. A number I don't think any football player should wear, by the way. But I actually have a Sam Brasil right there in the 0. But we got a national championship out of that, so who cares, right? Like
Mikey can wear whatever number he wants.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But very young team. I think we saw I don't know if we necessarily saw what we wanted to see in the New Mexico game, but we came away with a win with a guy who's literally just out of high school. Okay, my kids are 6 and 3, and I already feel like they're in high school. Like, it's crazy the amount of pressure that he overlooked and that he overcame as they said he had never played in a stadium with more than 6,000 people before. Granted, I'm not going to say Bryce is like an unknown. We all know the amount of money he's making to play at Michigan. We all know he came from LSU or decommitted, and he's from Belleville. He played for Belleville. He's a homegrown boy. Like, let's do it. But I think he played so good. That 3rd and 13, I think, is the key to what we're about to see from him regularly. If he continues to progress up the upward trend, he is that 3rd and 13 was huge. Not only the play call was amazing, but the execution was there. And whether or not that play was successful, and it was, but if it wasn't, at least they were going for it, and they were putting their young stud quarterback in a position to not succeed, but to prove what he can do in a high pressure situation. Is 3rd and 3 in week 1 against New Mexico a high pressure situation? No, but it's his first taste of what it could be moving forward. Not just this year. Like, hopefully we get 3 years of this stud as our quarterback, and I'm excited for it. And I think it's been a long time since we've had such a player.
No, I don't remember. Well, depending on how he develops, I'm not going to bring out the Woodson name yet. That takes a lot of time to earn that comparison.
Holy grail.
But you know what he gives us? He gives us a lot of anticipation.
I got
my boy
right there.
And
yeah.
For an 18-year-old on national TV, first game, a lot of the country's watching. They want to see this kid who took whatever the amount of NIL was.
Yep.
And for him not to let the moment be too big, to come out, play his game, do what he did. Could a lot of the high school quarterbacks in the top 10, 15 of the quarterbacks in each class make some of those throws? Yeah. But that's credit to Lindsay as setting up a game plan, getting him very comfortable, letting him make the high quality throws. And you can see that he has the ability to make them all, but they didn't ask too much of him right away. Now for Oklahoma,
that's a great
point. He's going to have to be a little bit better. Well, a lot better. Oklahoma looked good week 1. Their quarterback, put up 392 yards of passing offenses.
Pretty good.
3 TDs. Again, they played a no one.
Yeah, for sure. But so did we.
The stat that surprised me about Oklahoma, they only had 103 rushing yards on 32 carries. We had 201 on 32 carries.
That is our bread and butter, though.
Yeah.
Right? Like, we are Moore is still essentially running the Harbaugh system. But was the Harbaugh system Sharon, because when he was offensive coordinator, right? But, what I saw out of our running backs was absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Like, don't give me an Alabama transfer and not have me get excited. And Haynes was a stud.
How much you think Alabama wishes he was still on the team last week?
Oh, I mean, don't get me wrong. Don't tell. I was pretty excited. Anytime there's a college football upset, I love it. Right?
Okay, so here, quick question.
Yeah.
Who had a worse week last week? Paul Feinbaum or Alabama?
Oh, I'll go Bama just because of what they're used to. Is that the safe answer?
No, see, I would go Feinbaum. First, you picked Ohio State to get destroyed, and they beat Texas.
Stupid.
They not destroyed, but Their defense destroys Mr. Heisman Trophy favorite to win it. Now he's not even on the list. Archie Manning, you're not your uncles. And then Alabama goes out and gets shellacked by a Florida State team who wasn't ranked as a 14-point favorite, or 13.5 points, sorry. Like, it was a bad week for Feinbaum, especially considering 2 days before you said Alabama should have been ranked in Ohio State's spot. Not that I'm giving love to Ohio State, but you got to give credit with credit.
We never, ever want to do that.
But you got to give credit where credit's due. Patricia's defense did the job, and it's always good to beat the SEC. And I don't see the commissioner talking about strength of schedule after week 1.
Yeah, I mean,
wasn't a good week.
It was for a football fan.
Yes.
It was for me. I kept, Michigan won. Unfortunately, Texas lost. But that Bama FSU game was the second highlight of my week. I was just about to say, like, there should have been a third, but
Notre Dame Miami was awesome.
Oh, that was a good one.
yes, it was a good week. Definitely a good week.
The only thing that makes a weekend better is if Ohio State loses, but that'll only make it all the more sweet when we get 5 in a row in November.
So let's get back. So I think one of the keys for beating Oklahoma is definitely, like you said, the running game. And if we can get Underwood into that play action, let the running backs eat, keep the box clean for the running backs. And if there's one thing Bryce can't do anymore, it's this.
Does that make you cringe a little bit? A little bit, yeah. But he loves it. He loves the game. He loves football.
I loved that play, by the way. I loved it. When it happened, I think I woke up my napping 3-year-old daughter because it was amazing. I saw it, but I understand where everyone's worry comes from. But, when you have a 18-year-old quarterback, I think we all know I'm 40. I'll be 42 this year. My shoulder clicks when I do that. This kid, his body is still perfect. It's still ready to go.
You have a quarterback 6'3", 230. Like, he can take on he took on a linebacker.
He did.
And I don't think the linebacker realized, like, oh, he's gonna stop and hit me. And then you could kind of see his legs kind of do the
Yeah.
Like, oh, he did. And he's really big.
He's not a small man.
No.
And he is a stud athlete, but I understand the concern, right? We don't want our $15 million per year. Not that matters. It shouldn't even matter to me or you or to a fan anywhere, because it just is the way of the world now, or the way of the college football world. But, did he risk injury? Yeah. Did he set a foundation for becoming a legend? Absolutely.
I think that's the only way he knows how to play.
He's young, and I don't want to say he's young and dumb, because he's obviously not dumb. If you can run, I can't run that offense. I can't remember every play, but he can. So I just think he's a freak of nature. We've seen many freaks of nature in college football. His body reminds me of Cam Newton. Now, will he live up to that? I don't want to ever expect. I think putting Heisman expectations on such a young man is unfair, and we won't even get into it. But that looks like Cam Newton to me, throwing that block, doing stuff not because he has to, just because he does, because he can. He can enforce his will. When you have that size to you and your athletic ability, it was top 3 plays for me out of the game.
So we had that, and then we had in the third quarter the targeting.
Ugh.
So here it is. Is this targeting? It's quarterback roughing the passer for sure. But
is it?
It's rough. You
Is
can't
it
land
roughing
on
the
him.
passer? He was
I would
unblocked.
say I kind of agree with the call, because if you watch the video again in slow, boom, it's head to head right there.
It's helmet to helmet. It's not head to head.
Well, you know what I mean.
And I know that's a razor's edge. We're splitting hairs.
Okay,
can we throw that back up one more time? I'd like you to focus on number 77, who's falling over his own feet and didn't block. The guy, I mean, come on. Okay? That's your left. That's your right tackle missing the biggest block of the game. Okay. Lane got up. Okay? He was fine. There was no intent for harm. And the crown of the helmet, excuse my pom-pom, is a 6-inch circle at the top of the helmet. Luckily, we both have one. This is the crown. It's so dusty. I'm embarrassed. I'm in my garage. Okay. But like this, there's a 6-inch circle which describes the crown of the helmet. And you know what? I had the whole rule memorized, but he never lowered his head. If anything, he kept his head up. When you're going to give a kid unblocked, unabated to the quarterback, and I know that's how they say that when a flag is thrown. There was no flag thrown. There was nothing. Everyone was looking at, was it a fumble or a touchdown after that? He was down. Credit to that kid for holding on to that football. If you could play it one more time, focus on the football in his hand. I know. How do you hold on to that?
Tuck it. And tuck it.
And tuck it. Very well done. But there is no targeting there. There is nothing there. Give me a flag for sure. I'll take 15 yards. But Barham is a stud. I was livid when they were just watching it, just like the rest of us. I was just watching it on TV, obviously, right? And they're like, okay, so maybe it's a turnover. They're just looking at it. Then the announcer goes, they might be looking at if it's targeting. And I was like, the fuck are you talking about? Targeting. Face mask to face mask. That's not helmet to helmet. I know technically it is. But like, it was like this. It wasn't. Give me yours. I'm speechless.
I don't mind. I think it's whenever you're going to a quarterback and it's going to be that close, they're going to make the call. Do I like it? Because I think what a lot of people have said, where you need an intent to injure and not intent. And I don't think he was trying to hurt him. I just think he was coming in hard.
He left his feet. He was
it's almost like
blocked.
It's almost like college basketball. You need a flagrant 1 and flagrant 2, where you could give them the 15 yards and you don't get thrown out, or you give them the.
If it was a penalty, throw the flag when it happened. There, you have an unabated to the quarterback destruction of the quarterback. Okay, so if you think that is unnecessary, or if it's flagrant, throw the flag. Don't look back at it and be like, oh yeah, in slow-mo. He left his feet. He never used the crown of his helmet.
No, he did not use that.
But like, we have seen so many terrible hits. And I get we want to protect these quarterbacks. That guy's a kid. That guy's a kid out there. I'm 42, okay? If that was my son out there, I'd be like, throw the flag, get that other guy out of there. But like, he was so... New Mexico's quarterback played a great game. And he held on to that ball, like I said. But like, that is not means for Barham not to be able to play in the first half against Oklahoma.
Let's see it one more time. It looks like almost he's about to bring down the crowd.
But he doesn't. We don't get flagged on what we're about to do.
I know it, and he realizes that. Like, watch it again. Watch right now.
Yeah.
It almost looked like he was about to, then he looks away. And when he looks away, they end up going.
I almost feel like he didn't even realize how much where he was in the moment. He's like, how am I here? How am I here about to destroy this quarterback? How did no one stop me? Right? That's what I get from it. That's what I get.
I think he didn't realize. You have a good point. He was probably like, where's the guy who's supposed to be hitting me?
Where's the guy? Why am I allowed to do this right now?
Somebody's got to be.
But what I like, whether or not we agree with the penalty, which in my opinion is absolutely outrageous,
and I'm okay with it, which is fine. We can have different opinions, so it's good.
He made a phenomenal play, and he didn't harm the person he was trying to hit on purpose. He was gifted his body. The guy's body was just standing there. And to say he's a defenseless player, he's a quarterback attempting to throw the ball. So why is he defenseless when he's attempting to do what he's supposed to do as a player, but the linebacker, defensive end, whatever Barham was playing on that specific play, he's not allowed to do as a player? Now, I understand player safety. I don't want any kid. I don't want any quarterback. I don't want anyone to get a brain trauma injury. Okay? That's not what we're here for. We're here for football. We're here for fun. We're not here for concussion and tau protein to grow in the brains of these young people. Okay? I think we're all on that same playing field, unless you're, an Ohio fan. Who knows? But it was a great play. He beat the block. He made the hit. And I don't think the hit was deserving of the penalty.
See, I think it was. I shouldn't say I don't. I'm okay with whatever way it went. If they were going to overturn it, fine. If they didn't, I could see why.
Throw a flag then. Look at it. Throw a flag and allow the yardage. Give them a first down and let them keep going.
I 100% get what you're saying, but if the way I look at things all the time is if we turn this around and that was the Michigan quarterback, we would be saying the same thing they did, right? So
I don't think I would. I'd be saying, why is 77 not blocking the guy who's trying to murder his quarterback? Because that's what every defensive end. And like I said, I'm not sure if he was playing defensive end on that exact play, but they have one goal: kill the fucking quarterback. That is their job.
Well, he definitely did that. But we got a nice, I think, for Oklahoma with Sullivan and
I think we got a preview of what Barham could be and what he will be for us this year. And unfortunately, we only get to see him for one half of the second biggest game of the year.
Yeah, but Sullivan and Rolder that are going to replace him, both of them looked pretty good after he came out. Sullivan had the interception after.
Yep.
So he can drop back and cover, and they say he's a freak. He's only a sophomore. Big boy.
That's fine and dandy, but so is sour candy, right? Like, why don't we just keep the starter out there, because he did what his job was he did exactly what he was supposed to do.
I understand that. But here, let me get on the phone with the NCAA and ask them why they didn't overturn it. I think I have. Where's my bat phone? The red phone.
I don't think they needed to overturn anything. I
need a red phone. I need a red phone right to the NCAA commissioner. I don't think he'll take it once. A lot of good. I don't think he'll take it once I say Michigan.
Yeah, they'll just hang up on you. Yeah, for sure.
Hi, Commish. I just want to talk to you about Michigan. And yeah. And knowing the NCAA, it would probably be, remember these phones? It'd have to be a rotary phone. Because they do everything to 40 years old. They don't evolve at all.
That's true.
But let's get into Oklahoma now. What's your, besides the quarterback, who do you got? Who do you think is going to hurt us?
I'm worried. And I don't know if that, I'm not worried. This is their first big challenge. And don't get me wrong, I like that we are moving towards no cupcake games in the early season. Granted, we just played one, and like I said, full respect to New Mexico. They played a hell of a game. They scored way more points. They had way more yards than any of us thought, and Vegas thought that they were going to get. So, I just want to say that. But this is a real deal. Holyfield coming up here early in the season. Michigan has to come out and play smart. They need to play their game, and they need to focus on what wins football games, and that is the run game. And I think what's been glossed over a lot from the New Mexico game, is Haynes and Marshall, our running backs. Haynes was a stud. Okay, he didn't look bad, and and early in the season, that's one of the hardest things not to do is look bad. He didn't fumble. He didn't almost fumble. He didn't look like an idiot out there. And I think if they are going to pull off the win against Oklahoma in Oklahoma for week 2, second game of Bryce Underwood's collegiate career, we need to stick to the ground.
See, for me, it's guys like Hillman, Metcalf, Hill have to come up massive.
Yep.
The secondary, 200. You gave up 207 yards against New Mexico. This is a different animal now.
This is a different beast completely.
This is a different animal. Whatever Wink has to do, you need to have these guys ready. We're going to have to find a way to get pressure with 4, dropping guys back in to slow meter down. You can't let him. If he passes for 300 yards again, we lost, and we probably lost bad. You got to find a way to get pressure, and you can't bring blitz after. I think if you look at the Ohio State game from a year ago and you look at the Alabama game, they had a lot of success.
13-10 final score, just for those keeping count.
Oh no, but Ohio fans said that was because we cheated. Ryan Day, the cheating for 3 years has scarred him in that game.
Did you hear he's just high off the shoe polish he puts in his beard?
Before we get back to, did you hear they got a new sponsor?
What was that?
Did you hear Ohio State got a new sponsor?
Tell me it's shoe polish.
No, Charmin.
Because they're soft. Because they're soft.
They bought the rights to the horseshoe. It's now the Horseshoe Charmin Stadium.
It's amazing.
For that big toilet bowl they play in. But anyways, for Oklahoma, my brother-in-law and one of your best friends is going to punch us out once he sees this first show, eh? But it's okay.
People who read that much can't throw punches anyways.
That is very true. I think if you look at the Ohio State game and you look at the Alabama, they had a lot of success with 4- and 5-man fronts. Wink has to do that again in this game.
He
can't be bringing extra blitzers and stuff, because if that ball gets off, we're done.
I agree with what you're saying. And that's usually I'm the argumentative one. And I was thinking so hard to argue with that statement, but you're spot on. We need to play our game. We need to play I don't want to say we play Michigan football. What a cliche that is to say, right? But it's essentially what I've been saying since we started talking about the Oklahoma game. Complementary football. We need to run the ball as much as possible. And whether or not we get to see Bryce run it or Haynes, I would just give it to 22. Let him do it. Let him do it. Let him. I don't know if you can see, but let him do the Haskins. Where am I?
If you can get Bryce right off the start, these fast 1-2 ball gone, hit some of these guys like Samaja with a lot of speed, Goodwin with a lot of speed. You let him hit them on those 4 or 5 yard crossing routes. Get 6-7 yards at a time. Lighten up the linebackers a little bit. Make them have to play 2 or 3 yards back. Then you start getting that running game going and play action starts going. The best way to slow down Oklahoma is to not let them on the field. If you can, what?
Smart. Yeah,
give me 3 yards. Give me 3 yards a pop. You give me Michigan averaging 3 yards a pop. Sharon Moore already showed me he has no problem going for it on 4th down. He did it when he was the interim coach. He did it last year a couple times. You give me 3.5 yards a carry, Michigan's going to eat up a lot of that clock.
Be beauty. Well, that's the beauty of running the ball. And I don't think it's a secret. I think it's just something we need to do. We need to stick to, and we need to make sure that we're successful with it. Like you said, 3 yards a carry or 3 yards per play from the offense. Yeah, we're going to win the football game, but that's easier said than done. I know it used to be Big 12 country, but we are entering SEC country in week 2 down there. Okay? Like, it is important. And I think that's all the more reason to run the football. That's what we need to do. Run the rock. Pound it up the middle consistently. And that's how we will win the football game. And I don't want to keep bringing up, or us keep bringing up the Texas-Ohio game. But who was it in the pregame? Was it Mark Ingram? He said, whoever wins the ground and pound wins the football game. Coming from a former Heisman Trophy winner, or a Heisman Trophy winner, you got it. Former Alabama runner too, just like Haynes.
It's going to be one of those games. I think you're going to know within the first quarter, maybe quarter and a half, how this is going to go. I think it's going to be like the Texas game last year. If Michigan can, if you can keep it tight early, and you can get to half down a score or up a score, that 3rd and 4th quarter is going to be fun.
We need to.
You can't have it like the Texas game last year.
Control the time of possession, which is huge, but that all comes back just to running the football.
Yeah,
it just comes back to running the football. Especially with a true freshman, 18-year-old, was in high school last year quarterback. Okay? Doesn't matter his talents, his gifts, his 6'6", 6'4", whatever he is. He's essentially a young LeBron James out there with stature. We need to keep the ball on the ground, out of the air. And only then, if that doesn't work, we go to the air. We run the ball to set up the pass. Okay, we're going to go back. I'm not saying 2 yards in a cloud of dust, but maybe 3 yards and some rubber pellets. we'll
No,
go
see, I'm thinking opposite. I think you come out and you give him some nice easy throws, quick slants. You let him open up the running game for you.
Well, you want him to get comfortable,
and then you let those guys do. You let the workhorses work. You let them eat.
Let the big dogs eat.
You gotta just let them eat. Let them eat. 3-4 yards at a time, and let them do it. And by the end of the game, we're gonna be pulling it down.
Pull it down.
Pull it down, baby.
Pull it down.
Just like the national championship with no asterisks. Pull it down.
There's never an asterisk. There's never an asterisk. Never, ever, 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 ever. See that right there? Beep, beep, bop. That doesn't say mushrooms in French. That says champions. Okay?
Listen, even if they put an asterisk, most Ohio State fans would have just started. It was a star, and it meant they were special.
They can't even. I mean,
they don't understand what the asterisk is. They could say it, but they don't know what it actually looks like. They would have been like,
say it. Yeah.
Why do they get a star and we don't? Why don't they get a star and we don't? Why do they have a star and I don't get one?
That's what's on their stupid helmets. A bunch of asterisks. Useless nuts is what.
No, why you don't want to be known as a nut?
No.
I'd rather be known as a gamecock. At least they got sweet hats to say cocks.
Yeah. Hey, there's nothing wrong with peaches down there, man.
Not the.
We're getting a little sidetracked here.
Yes,
Obviously,
yes.
I'm worried. Not worried in like, oh my God, the season's over, because now that we have an expanded playoff and everything is different, a loss early in the season to a ranked opponent has never really been a bad thing. There's been multiple conference and national champions who have had early season losses to a ranked opponent in the past. Tim Tebow's crybaby speech year comes to mind, but we need to stick to Michigan football. And I know that's a cliche, and I know it's been said a million times. We need to run. We need to pound the rock. Pound the rock. Control the clock and win the football game. If we win that football game, we are, in my opinion, on our way to a 1 or 2 loss season. And I can't find the other 2 losses if we don't lose to Oklahoma, because we were gifted with a nice schedule this year. But we just need to pull this one off. And this could be make or break for what the season has to offer.
Oh, 100%. If we can win this game, I think it drops the pressure on both the USC on the road and
on everyone.
Nebraska on the road. And then it's just a matter of, with the Michigan State, anything can happen. And with Ohio State, anything can happen. But if you can get through both USC and Nebraska and Oklahoma with 3 quality road wins in those places, there's no reason why you're not in the college football playoff. But realistically, for me, I'm not going to put – if Underwood goes out and has a great game, then our conversation Sunday morning is going to be a lot different than if he comes out and looks average. If I believe in moving the goalpost, if he comes out and he looks even better and he leads Michigan into a win in Norman week 2, those goalposts are going to move, and they're going to move fast.
I agree with you.
My expectations are, if he comes out and he's average or looks like he did last week, but they lose, I'm not worried about it.
What a great point, Mike. Great point. Because this is still so early in his career. So early.
Like, this is not if you look at Alabama now for DeBoer, he's entering in career-defining, program-defining games for Alabama because of the seasons they had. Michigan's not there yet. I'm not worried about that with Michigan yet. Give him a year. Let him develop. His development from the spring game to game 1 was great. We could judge him again in October, going into November, and then at the end of November. If he develops the way he developed from the spring game to game 1, the sky's the limit for this kid. Is it Heisman?
Agreed.
Who knows? It depends on who's around him, the schedule, the talent that develops. Michigan's been good at developing talent, and now they're bringing in 4 and 5 stars, top 100 players, guys they haven't got before because they finally bought into the NIL era of college football, which I'm sure makes a lot of other programs. A lot of other programs mad because, let's be honest, Michigan has a huge, very successful donor base that went to that school. With
money's not a problem.
Money's no option. Look at the $30 million fine, and guys refer to it as ashtray money or couch cushion money, and that's $30 million. Like,
and in all honesty, it is. It's not. It's nothing.
With the resources they have, there should be no reason why they're not bringing in top guys. If Moore can develop the way I think he can, because I'm a big fan of Sherrone Moore. I think he's going to be a great coach. If he can develop,
I think he's already proven it.
I don't think he's proven it yet. I think he proved it that he has the ability to be it. But we're going to wait to see how he does in these games. I understand he beat Ohio State and he beat Alabama.
He's 0-2 against Alabama, and he's 0-2 or 2-0 against Ohio, and he's 2-0 against Alabama.
But I want to see him put together a full season first of top-notch play. Like, there was a lot of games last year, let's be honest, where the clock.
Pretty sure he went to Penn State and won too.
Yes, he did. The clock management last year, I think, in the Washington game, the Indiana game, where you're like, why aren't you calling timeout? Why aren't you calling timeout? Oh, wait, you're going to call a timeout after you let 30 seconds or 25 seconds right off the clock? Like, come on.
I agree.
Once he gets that down and he gets that learning curve he kind of had because he had no outs. But Chip Lindsey is also going to help him with that because he is so experienced.
Yeah.
Now you have an NFL
around the block a time or two. Yeah.
Like, you have an NFL guy who knows the NFL scheme that you've been running for years. And now you have an offensive coordinator who actually knows how to call plays where you're setting stuff up in the first quarter for what you're going to use in the third quarter.
Yep.
Not coaching the team you want to have instead of the team you actually have like they had last year.
Yeah.
When you're trying to turn Davis Warren into the 2.0 J.J. McCarthy, but he's not that.
Yeah, and I just want to throw something out is I saw a stat that last year's offense was the worst one Michigan had since 1968, and they beat Ohio's best team ever.
But that's because we cheated. Don't forget. You got to add
For
that.
sure.
We cheated.
Yep.
We cheated a year and a half before that. I think is when Stallions left, a year and a half. But somehow that played into both games. But let's not get into Ohio State. We got a long season. And if we get into Ohio State every week, this podcast is going to turn into about 3 hours.
It's true. We're already pushing time anyways.
Because let's be honest. We both hate the whole state of Ohio.
You know what? I like Cedar Point. I like Kalahari. So Sandusky's and Toledo are good with me. But everything else.
But I got to be quiet when I say that. My wife's family's from Ohio. If she hears me, I'm in big trouble, buddy.
Yeah. You better do this in the basement.
That's where I am doing it.
Can't say anything wrong.
You know what? Maybe one week I'll come by there and we'll do the live simulcast where we'll both be in the same spot.
Well, it's probably better for especially the Ohio game. It's probably better that way.
Yeah. Well, let's get to this. Saturday night, 11:30. The clock's about to hit 0. What's your score prediction?
I have not the best feeling about this upcoming game, and I know what we 34-28, and I have a hard time having these words come out, but I think Oklahoma's going to come out on top. I think it'll be a big learning curve for Bryce Underwood, the offense. Chip Lindsey. It's a hard place to go into. It's a hard place to win. We have a young team. Obviously, the young guy at the most important position. I think Michigan comes up a bit short this week, but I don't think we take it all as a loss. You know what I mean? Just because of what it will give us in the future. We learn more from our failures than we do from our successes. And I think if this game does go the way I think it's going to go, we won't come away with the W on this one. But I do think it'll help us and make us better and make Bryce and make Sharon and make Chip and make everybody better with the experience of it.
I'm going to go 31-27 Oklahoma. I think.
I thought you were going to say Michigan.
I think no. I think
it's tough. It's tough, man. We got a young team.
I think Michigan keeps it close early. It's a game into the fourth quarter, but I think you're going to see the difference between having a senior quarterback who's played a couple years, and John, who's came over from Washington State. You know what I mean? Came in with a lot of hype. He lived up to the hype in game 1. I think he's going to do it again in game 2. Besides having and then you're going to see what a quarterback is, true freshman, first big test on the road. I think you're going to see that freshman mistake come out 1 or 2 times where you're like, ooh, why would you make that read? Why would you make that call? It happens, right? True freshman. And that's going to be the tale of the game. But like you said, I think he's going to learn from it. I think as long as he keeps developing, and I really don't care what people think. If we have a 9-win season, it should be 10 wins because it's Michigan, and nothing should be more. You should never accept less than 10 wins at Michigan. I would be okay with 9 this year, just because I think you would see the development in Underwood. And come next year, anything less than 11 wouldn't be acceptable.
I just think this year the schedule is set up for Michigan's success.
If you can get through this
Minnesota-esque schedule for Michigan, they don't really play the big boys as college football season.
So it's a Kirk Cincinnati, Indiana schedule.
Well, whatever, man. They were good last year.
Hey, we're not playing.
They beat Michigan.
So it's an SEC schedule.
Hey, whoa, pump the brakes. All right. But I do think that we're set up for success this year, and it just so happens to coincide with the learning curve of a true freshman quarterback. And I do think that 2 losses is the max. And if they pull off Oklahoma, who else are we going to lose to? We know we're winning the last game of the season.
No, I think if we can get out of the month of September, and you can go to Norman and win, and then you turn around and go to Lincoln and win.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
And October, you're undefeated. Oh yeah, the sky's. Like I said, this game's going to determine on where that goalpost.
Yeah, you're very right. But with that, though, we are lucky that this is an early game. And I know college football isn't what it used to be and how it's structured and how we have the playoff now and, NIL and all that stuff. But an early loss to a ranked team is still an early loss to a ranked team.
Yeah.
That carries a little bit of, and depending on how you lose, like we both predict a 1 score, I think, loss. And we're not trying to talk shit. We're just trying to be realists here because, like, we have a freshman quarterback and everything like that. But, like, man, I don't see this season being a hard one. Because last year was rough. We had everyone leave after the Natty Championship team. But, everyone went pro. The important players, right?
And we played everybody but Penn State, if you think about it.
Yeah. So it's gonna be this is why we play the games, right? This is why the games are played. It's for our entertainment, our enjoyment. Imagine they go into Oklahoma and win. Oh my goodness. I am gonna be so pumped if that's the case.
If that's the case, 8:00 in the morning, our recap show on Sunday is going to be lit.
I don't know what I'll be wearing. Probably I know this shirt's ripped and I look like I'm a homeless man, but I'll hopefully have some clothes on, and I'll be excited.
If they win that game, it might be a late night, and it might look a little bit rough come 7:30 when I get up to put some videos in this bad boy.
Cramdens. Bop, bop, bop.
But anyways, Kyle, I think great first show. We went way past the 45 minutes we were shooting for.
We made it. We did it.
And I will see you Saturday. We will talk about the game, and then I will be on here Sunday morning at 8:00 before Buckeye backers talk about their big game against Grambling State. I think they play this week.
Ooh.
So, college football backers starting to pick up some of these podcasts, and hopefully whoever we share this with, you enjoy it and you start checking out when we go live either next week or the week after.
Hey, Backers Nation, thanks for having me. This is amazing. I had a lot of fun. Let's keep rolling, man. I'm so pumped. It's football season.
It's going to be a good year, brother. It's going to be a good year. College football, baby. We're back, and always go blue, baby.